Hello everyone, I'm Dustin, and welcome to another Pokemon XY&Z anime discussion. This isn't a discussion though, it is my live reaction to the Alain vs. Ash episode. Now I realize my hair is a mess, but I just woke up and I was just wanting to record my reaction as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode, and hopefully it's amazing, especially since Noivern will be in it. Let's see what happens. So let's click play. Alright, you see a lawn. Lawn sees a Pokemon Center. Yep, Ash and company are there. Yep, Clembot. Small little Clembot. And it explodes. Oh, hey. Talking about Greninja. Really, Clement? Where'd you get that footage? Really, Clement? Clement's a spy. It's confirmed. Oh, Olympia. Flashback. Yep, flashback of Olympia telling them about Frogadire's future. So this is exciting. Oh, there's Greninja. Oh, looks like they're putting on those wrist things. Battle Pulse. Battle Pulse. Greninja versus Luxray. Aleki Field. Oh, that's a long time since we've seen that. Thunder Punch versus Cut. Oh, Luxray managed to get Greninja. Ooh, Luxray's not doing too well against Greninja. Oh, Alain. Oh, Alain sees Ash. Oh, Clement calls time. Oh, Puny-chan hid from Alain. Wow. Hey, Alain's gonna battle Ash now. That's really cool. Oh, wow. While Charizard and while Greninja being healed, it's gonna be Noivern versus Matang. So that's how it happens. That's interesting. Yep. Matang versus Dragon. They're gonna do the versus screen? Yeah, Noivern's in the versus screen. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, wow. Here we go. Ooh. Noivern got hit. Comet Punch. Oh, no. Ooh. Could it end in a draw? And the winner is... Oh, Matang wins. Noivern lost. Darn it. Noivern did really good. It's a shame it lost, though. It's time for Greninja. Another versus screen. There we go. Dragon Claw. Ooh. Charizard got Greninja. And we're doing that right before these commercials. Matang. Oh, Matang is the Daredevil of this particular episode. Or did I say Matang? Hopefully I did. Oh, Greninja's fine. Double team. Ooh, cut. Ooh, Greninja got a nice hit off of Greninja. Oh, Charizard wants to Mega Evolve. Yep, here's Mega Evolution. Oh, Mega Charizard X. Thunder Punch time. Oh, wow. Charizard is a lot stronger than the last one. He totally blocked the Aerial Ace from Thunder Punch. Ooh, Charizard blocked the cut. Ooh, Flamethrower. Ooh, Kaminari Punchy. Uh-oh. Who's this Shuriken? Oh, no. Oh, Greninja hit with a Thunder Punch. Come on, Greninja. Oh, Greninja's getting up. There we go. Ash Greninja. Ooh, Greninja dodged it. Ooh, Greninja got Charizard good. Alana's getting excited. Oh, Greninja just... Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Looks like they're saying goodbye. Alain said callously, sending out all his Pokemon. Wyvern. From this, it looks like a green Charizard almost. Really like this episode. Sorry. Yep. I really like this episode. This was a very interesting and exciting episode.
Pokemon! 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 Pokemon!
Hello everyone, I'm Dustin Benzel, and welcome to another Pokemon XY&Z anime discussion. This is my Alain versus Ash review, so let's get right into it. Now, you've already seen my live highlights because those are first. Those are the things that you see in the beginning of the video with some images and stuff, so let me just go ahead and give you a quick synopsis of what happened. We saw Alain. He arrived at the Pokemon Center that Ash and company are at. Clement finds a way to figure out what happens to Greninja and Ash during the moment of Ash Greninja. Then, of course, Clement and Ash battle. It ends in a timeout. Alain comes in. Ash decides he wants to battle Greninja against Charizard, but before that, Greninja needs to be healed by the Pokemon Center. Then, of course, in the meantime, Ash battles against Alain using Noivern against Alain's Metang. Noivern loses, then Greninja comes out, and then the battle begins, and Greninja does very well against Charizard. And then, of course, Greninja becomes Ash Greninja. It goes a little bit more. Mega Charizard gets really close to being knocked out almost. It seems like it's knocked out. Maybe I'll have an image for that in this particular moment. And then, of course, something happens to Ash where they fall out of sync or whatever. And then, of course, Ash passes out or faints or whatever. And then has that little dream of something that seems similar to the opening of Greninja leaving. Of course, there's some discussion of the Kalos League or whatever. Alain seems like he might be in the Kalos League. He's not participating, but he might show up in the Kalos League later to battle against strong trainers and maybe even have a conclusion battle against Ash or whatever. So, yeah, it all depends on what's going to happen there. And then basically, Alain gets a message from Marin and talks or whatever. It's like a pre-recorded message, and then it cuts back to Ash and company in the morning. They're about to leave. Ash sends out all his Pokemon, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. So, like I said, I really thought this episode was really good. I really enjoyed it. Even though Noivern was used and lost, even though when I watched it I was a little disappointed, I kind of expected it, but after thinking about it or whatever since I first watched it, I really do think it's acceptable because at least Noivern tried, and who knows what I said in my live reaction in regards to that because I don't remember since it's been a while since I recorded that video. So, because I've been working on my other video at this particular time, so yeah, it was very good. You know, I like that Noivern got a decent battle even though it ended in a loss. I liked Mini Clembot. I like that Clement used Luxray to battle against Greninja, and Luxray didn't use Swift at all. I really enjoyed that. I also like that Greninja seemed to do very well against Mega Charizard X. It's really nice to see that kind of progress in regards to Ash's Pokemon. I like that Ash's Pokemon all showed up at the end, even though he's missing one Pokemon, but, you know, whatever. Five Pokemon. And I especially like, and this episode exemplifies why, I'm very happy that Team Rocket did not show up in this particular episode. It's kind of a thing where it's going to be random, isn't it? It's going to be like a sporadic moment before we get an episode without Team Rocket again. Because next week, we're going to deal with Team Rocket in the next episode. So, yeah, it was a nice, refreshing moment, and it seems like without any Team Rocket in this particular episode, it felt like it was a breather. It was a nice breathing moment without Team Rocket. You know, it was like refreshing and it was new and stuff, and it was obvious that they don't have to rely on Team Rocket, which I thought they figured out in 5th gen, but then everything went to hell in regards to that. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much my particular review of the episode. It was very good. I enjoyed it. Now, as for the whole Greninja leaving thing, a lot of people are probably a little confused about that. And my personal take in it is it actually makes sense that Ash would have this kind of dream because synchro evolution is what we're going to call it, because Clement did mention something about synchro in the actual episode. So synchro evolution is definitely something where both Pokemon and trainer become like united or whatever. Greninja can feel what Ash is feeling, Ash can feel what Greninja's feeling, or whatever, something of that nature, so they're like more bonded and they can battle better. I think this is precisely why Ash had that dream, was because of this synchro evolution. I think the more Ash and Greninja have this particular bond and causes Ash Greninja to actually happen, I feel like Ash is more in tune with Greninja's personality and mind and stuff, including memories. And I think what happened was Ash kind of got to know what Greninja was feeling when it was like a Froakie and it abandoned all those trainers and it didn't like that. I feel like a little part of that went into Ash's subconscious to the point where it would actually cause him some problems in the current time. At least when he was like knocked out, it would affected his like nightmare when he was like passed out or whatever. So I feel like that's what it is. I think that he somehow experienced what Froakie was feeling, and then of course maybe even from the exhaustion of being passed out. I personally don't know what happened. No one really explained what happened in regards to that, so I'm a little concerned as to why Ash fell unconscious outside of being out of sync. I don't really understand why Ash got out of sync. So I feel like all that contributed to possibly Greninja leaving. But of course, Ash is being ridiculous, and maybe Ash will have like personal doubts. And I did think this would happen, and he's like afraid, and maybe they'll be even more out of sync or whatever. Obviously, against Diantha, they won't be out of sync, or maybe they weren't entirely in sync. Maybe they were like 99% in sync and it looked like they were in sync. And when they're actually fully in sync, that's when Ash Greninja will lose its water veil and it'll like master its particular form. So of course I guess that's all I can say for this particular episode. It would be nice to see Alain in the Kalos League, because it would be interesting, because, why not? I mean, why bring Alain if you were just going to use him in like an antagonistic type format, like being a semi-antagonistic rival against Ash when the Team Flare happens, and Alain has no choice but to steal Puny Chant from the group, and there will, of course, be antagonistic troubles there. Or even if that's not the case and Alain decides to betray Lysander really quickly and side with Ash, there still needs to be some sort of conclusion there. So it's kind of weird that they brought Alain in just for the Team Flare stuff. I mean, I know it makes sense considering Lysander and stuff, but I feel like Alain should have more of a role within the anime series outside of just being there for the climax of the Team Flare arc and then just disappearing. Because it seems kind of weird that that's the only reason that Alain would exist. The anime producers go out of their way to create Alain in these Mega Evolution acts that are related to the main series, but are also little separate stories that don't have Ash. So there are specials. There are definitely side stories relating to the universe of where Ash is at. So it's kind of weird that they went through all this trouble just to mark up this Mega Evolution user with Ash Greninja, or not Ash Greninja, that's Ash, sorry, with Mega Charizard X, and then just to translate that into the anime solely to have Alon being there for the Team Flare arc, and then even the climax of that particular scenario, it just really doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And it would make more sense that Alon still continued on and then got like a proper conclusion. I don't know if after the climax, Marin and Alon being like they're going to travel together and do things and move on or whatever is really going to be a satisfying conclusion to the way that they brought Alon into the show. But that's just my opinion. Alon doesn't necessarily have to be in the Kalos League or whatever, but it'd still be nice. As for anything else, I'm not really sure there's much else I can discuss in regards to this right now. I've discussed potential Greninja arc, I've discussed Alon. Oh, yes, and I did notice in the episode that Puny-chan actually hid from Alon. I think that was a very nice touch, and I do believe it's in relation to the earlier scenes where I think Puny-chan was able to sense Alon from the one that, because Alon and Mega Charizard X actually attacked the blue Puny-chan, blue Zygarde core. So because of that, I feel like Puny-chan is aware of Alon and hides from it. So it was really nice to see that, and it was very noticeable. I like that it was very noticeable because a lot of people are picking on it. I saw it and was like, oh wow, whoa, Puny-chan is hiding from Alon or whatever. When the episode was happening, I was just thinking most people were just kind of like ignore it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, hey, Puny-chan did hide, huh? That's interesting." You know, like after the fact, but a lot of people are bringing it up and stuff. So it's really nice that it was noticeable and that people are talking about it. And like I said, I do believe it's because it sensed Alon during the moment with Blue Zygarde Core being captured. So I feel like there's like this aura or feeling around Alon where Puny-chan doesn't like. So of course that's why Puny-chan is hiding. It's also possible that knowing that Blue Zygarde Core, something happened to Blue Zygarde Core and that Puny-chan cannot contact it, it is also possible that Puny-chan is just being more scared or, you know, more nervous, more anxious, more worried that something is going to happen to it, so it's taking more precautions for itself. I guess we'll have to see in regards to later episodes how Puny-chan will handle these particular moments, but right now it does seem like it makes sense that right now that Puny-chan would have a problem with Alon after the whole Blue Zygarde core getting captured. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into the next episode preview. And like I said in the live highlights, okay. Well, actually, here, I'm pretty sure I didn't show you the reaction. So here's my reaction to the preview, and then we'll talk about the preview in more depth. Yeah. Bonnie is bonding with Phantump. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm looking forward to the episode, even though it has Phantump in it. Oh well. Yeah, I was not very happy about this at all. Because let's go ahead and talk about the trailer in depth for the next episode, the Phantump episode. So we get this scene with all these eyes looking out, and they're obviously Phantump. And of course, we see Helioptile and Bidoof. And then, of course, we got Diglett and Dugtrio, it looks like. And then we see all these Phantump, and then we see the shiny Phantump. You know, and then it's like doing things, and then all of a sudden it lands on Ash's head. And then, of course, Phantump is presumably using Forest Curse, although that doesn't really make any sense to me since it's supposed to add a grass typing to the particular Pokemon. So it's kind of weird that it's being used to grab a hold of the Pokemon and humans. And then, of course, we see Helioptile, which I think is really cool. It's really nice that Helioptile is getting some focus outside of Alexa's Helioptile. And then, of course, we see Bonnie hugging Phantump, which I really do not like. It's like this is the moment that breaks any like I have of Bonnie, is this particular moment. Bonnie needs to stay away from Phantump. Not that I actually think Bonnie's going to get Phantump or anything, but I do not want an episode with Phantump and have Bonnie be the focus of it. Now, of course, there were sponsored parts that showed Phantump stealing Ash's cookie or whatever, and then, of course, there's the Bonnie giving Phantump the same looking cookie later in the sponsored part, but of course that was a sponsored part. I'm not going to get images for that, although you may have saw my reaction in regards to that moment or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really happy about this episode at all. I mean, obviously Ash wasn't going to capture it, and the thing that makes me more annoyed, and there could be things that could happen or whatever, but it doesn't seem like any one of Ash's Pokemon are going to actually show up. Now, of course, I think Greninja could still happen because Wobbuffet, I think, was listed. Hawlucha could still happen because of James being in the episode, but I don't know. I just, I'm not really liking this episode because, well, Ash isn't the focus of this particular episode, so even if Ash wasn't going to capture Phantump, at least there would have been at least some sort of link. You know, shoving Bonnie in there, bonding with their particular Pokemon, or Bonnie bonding with this particular shiny Phantump just rubs me the wrong way, and it makes me not like Bonnie at all. Because she doesn't need these episodes right now, especially when she has Dedenne and Puny-chan to take care of. You know, I mean, or at least have it be like Helioptile. Have Bonnie being bonded with Helioptile or whatever, or even Bidoof for Diglett or something within the episode, you know, and have Ash have this kind of relationship with the Phantump or whatever. I don't know. I'm just bitter. That's just me. I'm just being bitter. I will of course do live highlights of this particular episode. Straight up, I'm not even going to go to Cerebi to check. All I know is that obviously nothing is going to happen, and I hate that nothing good is going to happen as a result of this episode. So yes, I am very glad that the this Alon episode that this video is about a little bit. I'm glad that it's the one that's a few episodes before my birthday, because if this was close to my birthday, I would be very upset. So yeah, just don't mind me just being bitter. I'll get over it eventually, maybe. Just I just expect a bitter review when next week comes around. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say in this. I don't think there's anything else to add. If I missed something, I apologize. I will get to it later. But for now, I don't think there's anything else to say. So thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.